Well, hello everyone and welcome to the plot tour at the end of October. Just grabbing the opportunity with a bit of sun just to do the tour video. So the rhubarb bed is looking somewhat collapsed. The marigold and cosmos at the front here have been a bit windswept to the right. We've had a few stormy nights and quite a lot of rain. But it's still looking colourful. We haven't had a frost yet. So we've got some lettuce down there that we're harvesting from now. We did a tally up and realised there was about 16 different items that we're harvesting at the moment from the plot, so things are still going. So the net's off the strawberries because basically we're not getting any more of those. But the leeks are looking good there. Not all the leeks are looking good. But we've got 3 different areas where we've done some staggered sowings of leeks, so some have fared better than others. So the courgettes are out of this bed here, and we've got some cover crops in there. Berry bushes dying down. Still got plenty of carrots, so no shortage of those. And the bath just waiting for the new blueberries, which I've got down the end. And speaking of blueberries, this one that survived, it's got its autumn colour on at the moment. And the potato pots covered, ready for next year, just protected from the foxes who do like digging away on burying rats and stuff in there, which we've unfortunately had to uncover in the past. So just one of the 2 bean wigwams left, and really that's coming down soon. We were just hoping that the beans on it were saving for seed would dry, but it's been so wet they've been somewhat reluctant to. So January king cabbages, this one hasn't got the message. It's starting to heart up even though it's still October. Brussels sprouts are looking good. As always with Brussels sprouts, they will try and outgrow any netting you put over the top of them. So they've reached the top already. So more lovely marigolds doing their thing. Got turnips in there. We've actually got an absolute monster of a turnip. Where is it? It's like a football. Don't think we're going to be eating that one. Still got some peppers there, but they're just really waiting to be composted. So we couldn't really see this last month's video because there was a net on it, but here's the massive Daikon radish. This is just a cover crop really, we're not going to be eating that, and it's absolutely riddled with flea beetle nibbles. Lots of holes on it. So we've got some more cabbages in here. So the latest sowing, just to get to grips. Unfortunately we've got one there that's been nibbled by the slugs. Hardly surprising with all the moisture around. So another cover cropped bed there. And peach peregrine. Had its summer prune, still looking quite lush. Hopefully I haven't massacred it so much this time that we don't get any fruit next year, but just depends on the frosts really. And coming round to the corral and the shed area. So behind the corral there used to be rhubarb for the last couple of years. I've replaced those with a couple of hardy fuchsias. I've put some membrane down because the encroaching ivy and bindweed, I'm sure it'll still try and get a hold, but at least the membrane will stop it from making too big an impact. And we're coming round to the bank. We've got one remaining sunflower, which I'm sure the birds have been nibbling on. I just nibbled back the rosemary there. Okay, Waldo is being tied up, and the tip growing bit is now in its own pots, all tied up as well. So here are the new blueberries. They will end up in the bath next year. And the Salvia Amistad is still going great guns. And actually all the little salvias are doing their thing as well. There's still sort of life in some of the flowers where you can find them. Dahlias still going well up there. A bit leggy, so they're getting somewhat battered with the wind. Now the bishops in the pots on either side here have been a bit disappointing this year. We've hardly had any flowers off them. So we may end up opting for something else next year. And the autumn raspberries pretty much finished. We've got some wallflowers doing rather well here. They're going to be moved. And the plum trees, the super columns, they've all mostly lost their leaves. They've got a nice little cover crop underneath. This sweet alyssum's been thoroughly enjoying it on the plot this year. I've got cover crops coming up round what was the sweet corn. More leeks here. And here we go with the parsnips. I was looking at my diary from last year, and I harvested towards the end of November was the first parsnip last year. May well be similar this year. This is our fallow bed. The chicory is still flowering. It's still going well. And here we have monster beetroot. Some of these will be usable, but most of them are actually going to be saving for an experiment next year, where we're actually going to be planting them deep and potentially using them to break down and help the soil fertility. And this is our third area of leeks. Kohlrabi there, and cabbage, which I will be harvesting immediately after this video. Okay, so here we are with the orchard bed and the dahlias, and this is going to be one of the shots, the shot for the thumbnail. So this is lavender perfection. It really is enjoying the tail end of the growing season. And most of the fruit trees, well, certainly the main ones, the Spally apple trees are hanging on to their leaves, and as is the pear there at the back right. But the others have dropped their leaves. So this little Cosmos has been a real star. And the borage that we had along here, we've just cut down. It had gone to seed, so rather than risk transferring it all over the plot by putting it in our compost bin, we've just put down the residues here. So we don't mind if the seeds germinate next year, because that's now sort of the borage area. Right, we're coming back to the start again. So, hope everyone's keeping well, and I will catch you in the next month video. Bye for now.